All right, we are live, guys. So, in the few years that I've been a dividend investor, I've picked up on a few things, a few really important life lessons that I think really carry over into other areas of your life. And in tonight's live stream, we are going to be talking about that. We're going to be talking about 3 life lessons that you can learn from dividend investing, that dividend investing teaches you. I think these are very important things. I'm really excited to be talking about them with you tonight. But before we get into those, welcome to another Dividend Happy Hour. I hope you guys had a great week, and I'm so happy that you are joining me here tonight for another live stream, and you guys know how we got to do it. We got to kick it off with a cheers. Let me crack open my Coca-Cola, my Coke Zero. Kick it off with a quick cheers. Here's to the yield. You guys know how we do it. Here's to the yield, here's to the growth, and here's to that sweet, sweet cash flow. Love it. And let me know, too, all of you guys, all 43 of you who are now in the stream, let me know, number 1, what did you buy this week? And number 2, what did you bring tonight to sip on for the Dividend Happy Hour? Let me know that in the live chat, or if you're watching the replay, let me know in the comments below. And let me go say what's up to everyone who's here so far. And I see the usual suspects. We've got G-Man, we've got Zack Attack, we've got Anthony, Dags, Punisher, good to see you. Charles is here, J-Lock. Kevin's here, of course. Jason in the building. Shamir is here. Where else would Shamir be on a Friday night? Come on. Luis is here. Good to see you, Luis. We got Pat in the building. Who else? We got TCAF, Sean, Lucas, Chris. Let's see here. Who else is here? Amadou, good to see you, my friend. Ray is here. Dominique, good to see you. Cheers from Montreal. Okay, I'll drink to that. Got SCHD this week. Nice, very nice. Logan's here drinking a little Paloma. Palomas are classic. Good choice, my friend. Love to see that. Luis just sticking with water. We got Joseph here who's giving us a thumbs up. I'll give you one right back, my friend. Let's see here. We got Haasman, who picked up some British American tobacco and some Realty Income. Oh, I bet Realty Income's going to be a popular one this week. They had a little bit of a dip this week. And you know who actually had a really interesting week was Lowe's. I feel like Lowe's was a roller coaster this week. I saw it get as low as, I would say maybe 198, possibly even in the 197s, but I think 198-ish was the lowest I saw it. And then it ballooned up to where it's at now. I think it's like 209, maybe 210, somewhere in that range. Bought that on the dip, but we'll save that for the after party, which right here, guys, if you want to join the after party, which is a bonus live stream we do every single week, okay, the link to it's right here. There's also a link in the description of this video. And real quick, just to show you what we got going on tonight for the after party, we have got a little bit of a portfolio update in my main portfolio, my Charles Schwab one. Just going to show you how it performed, what I picked up, which dividends I got this week, and let me tell you, it was a crazy week of dividends for me, guys. Probably one of my better ones in a while, at least my best week this month. But anyway, in addition to that, we're also going to be going through Peanut's portfolio, and Peanut is my cat, who you can see right there. He's a very sleepy guy taking a nap. But Peanut has his own dividend stock portfolio, so we are going to be going through that. And then we're also going to be doing a portfolio review for, where is he? Let me find him here in the live chat. We're going to be reviewing Chris's portfolio tonight. And he's got a really good looking portfolio. I'm excited to share it with you guys in the after party. But anyway, I would hope you guys would check that out. It's a lot of fun. The link's right here once again, and I won't shove it down your throat any longer. Let's keep going. But last thing, it starts immediately after this live stream ends. We'll be going for a whole nother hour. So there's a lot more fun. If you like the Dividend Happy Hour, you'll have a lot of fun there too. Let's see here. Who else we got? We got TCAF. Actually, I skipped Eli. Eli bought some SCHD, some DGRO. Okay, very nice stuff. NXST, that's Next Star Media, huh? Russ is going to be happy that you picked that one up. And I see some Williams-Sonoma there. I like that as well. They've got earnings in a couple of days, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what comes out of that because I'm pretty certain that I'm going to start a position in Williams-Sonoma. But I really want to see what comes out of their next quarterly earnings report. It's going to be interesting. And then I'm going to make my move from there. But who else we got? TCAF picked up some SCHD, Pfizer, and ED. Oh my gosh. Edison? Is that another utility company, right? Let's see here. Capworld got some SCHD. I'm seeing so much SCHD, it's not even funny. But not much of a surprise. Good one to buy on the dip for sure. Charles is doing something a little different. He picked up some Johnson & Johnson and is sipping some water tonight. Johnson & Johnson was a good pickup. I see they're down at like 157, I think, right now. I'm quite below my average cost per share, or the share price is quite below my average cost with Johnson & Johnson. So I think I'm going to pick some up maybe next week. Seeing a lot of SCHDs. Kevin here is classic. Kevin's motto is, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Mr. St. Pauli girl. Every single week we can count on you to have one of those bad boys in your hand. I love it. Let's see. Wow, Will picked up a lot of SCHD. Really nice. 100 shares. Good stuff. Let's see here. Maria also bought a lot of SCHD and is drinking some coffee on a Friday night. That's a bold move. Maria. Okay. What else we got here? Let's see. Oh, Chuck says, I actually made it on time for the live stream. Chuck, thank you so much. We are so glad to have you tonight. Glad you can make it. Let's see here. What else we got? Seeing some more SCHD. Let's see. G-Man is zigging while we're all zagging and is just stacking some cash, just stacking those greenbacks, that paper. Speaking of greenbacks, actually, guys, one second. I want to show you this. I just started reading this book, Ways and Means, Lincoln and His Cabinet in the Financing of the Civil War by Roger Lowenstein. I just started it last night or a couple days ago. Same author that wrote this biography on Warren Buffett. I really enjoyed this, so I thought I would pick up the Lincoln book as well. And I got to say, I'm about 40 pages into it so far. Really enjoying it. Reads really well, so I'll keep you posted, but so far it seems like it's going to be a good read. But let's see here. Keep going. Sorry, guys, I'm all over the place in this live stream so far. And real quick, so for all 106 of you guys who are now here, in tonight's live stream, we're going to be talking about 3 really important and I think empowering life lessons that you can learn from dividend investing that carry on into other aspects, or carry over rather into other aspects of your life. And I think these 3 things really, if you can get a grasp on these 3 life lessons, it's really going to enhance every aspect of your life. And I am excited to talk about it with you guys, and we'll get to it in just a moment, I promise. But I want to keep going through some of your comments, just see what else you guys have going on. I'm kind of just skimming these. Once again, I've said I've seen a lot of SCHD. I am seeing a lot of realty income, which is good. We've got Asaf here who picked up some realty income and SCHD. Actually, nice little shopping spree there, it looks like. Amadou loaded up on some realty income, and I'm also seeing a lot of Altria Group as well. Did anything special going on with Altria Group? What's the how come everyone's buying some MO this week? I haven't. I've kind of stayed out of the news a little bit this week. Just kind of had other things going on. So, did anything happen with Altria Group? I'm curious to know. Jacob, good man, Jacob. I'm at the gym drinking water. Good stuff. Let's see. Let's keep going. Charles, here we go. Hello, sunshine. Hello, sunshine. What's going on, man? Let's keep going here. My man Lamb is in the building. Hey-o. Let's see. Are those fish shorts? These are my board shorts. No, they've got like those, I don't know what you call them, but like the Hawaiian flowers. They're Volcom. I have this weird thing where I only like to wear Volcom board shorts. I don't know what it is, but anyway, guys, I think it's about time. We're about 10 minutes into the stream. I don't want to put off the main event any longer. And so once again, we are talking about 3, I'm going to hide the comments too so I don't get distracted while I'm doing this. 3 important life lessons that you learn. They're more like qualities that you develop from being a dividend investor. I probably should have worded it that way, but anyway, I think these are pretty important ones. I'm really glad that dividend investing teaches you these positive things. But anyway, without further ado, guys, the first one is, I mean, if we boil it down to one word, it's discipline. And to kind of elaborate on that, dividend, in this case, success, is often the result of consistent small actions and habits performed over time rather than relying solely on grand gestures or instant transformation. So in this case, guys, I mean, most of us don't have $1 million lying around that we can just lump sum invest into dividend stocks. So we have to make those small moves. We have to build our portfolio brick by brick, and piece by piece. And doing that over a long period of time, it teaches discipline. And really, it takes a disciplined individual to consistently for decades sacrifice what they want now for what they want most, which in a lot of our cases is, financial freedom, a permanent escape from the 9 to 5, which was one of my biggest motivators. To live life on our own terms and do whatever we want, whenever we want, with whoever we want to do it with. But anyway, you'll have heard me say this before, but to boil it down, it's at the root of dividend investing is sacrificing today for the betterment of tomorrow. And like I said, it takes a real disciplined individual to make that trade. It's not an easy thing to do once. And so to do that, to contribute to your portfolio little by little, brick by brick, especially for something that goes so slow, as many of you guys know, it's something that takes a lot of discipline and willpower. And I do think that this same lesson can be applied really to anything worthwhile, anything that you want to do or anything you want to improve on. And I think for me, where I really first was exposed to this lesson of small changes over time, small contributions, was actually in the gym. I started working out, and I won't go too long into this because I know you guys don't care about working out, but I started working out, getting into lifting weights about 12 years ago. And I'll show you guys where I started 12 years ago. Same thing with dividend investing, by the way. Zero knowledge about how it works, zero experience. I had no idea what I was doing. But anyway, I decided, I wanted to put on some pounds. I was a really skinny kid growing up, as you can see right here. This was me circa 2011, 12 years ago, probably a few months before I started lifting weights. I was a senior in high school, and I really hate showing this picture. It's so cringy, but that was me. And so the point is, I started with no knowledge, no experience, no nothing. And I know you can't just, in the same way you can't just lump sum $1 million into your portfolio, you can't just walk into the gym on day one and start benching 225. That's just not how it works. It's something that you have to work at, day after day after day, week after week, month after month, and over time, over a period of years. I'm 12 years into it now, not like I'm Arnold Schwarzenegger or anything, but over a number of years, you start to develop your base and things start to get better and a little bit easier, and you find your groove and you get stronger. You bring in more dividend income, but it only happens. You can't actually, how should I say this? You can't go in and hit that 225, or you can't bring in $500 of dividends in a month if you don't start from zero and build it brick by brick, day by day, week by week, month by month. And I think that's a really important lesson for a lot of us to learn, especially guys or individuals who are younger, around my age or even younger, who really want that instant gratification, which is such an easy thing to want. I understand that. But this kind of leads me to the next thing, the next, I guess, life lesson, or the next quality that you develop as a dividend investor, something really important that it teaches you. This next thing ties hand in hand with the first one. It's patience. Okay, lasting achievements take time. They take effort. Now, with the discipline part, we already established effort. We already know it takes sacrificing today for the betterment of tomorrow. But, the other ingredient with that is time. It takes a long time to build a dividend portfolio to the point of reaching financial freedom, right? In the majority of cases, it takes decades to build a dividend portfolio to reach that point. And thank goodness we have guys like Kevin Burgess. Thank goodness we have guys like Gen X Dividend Investor who, during this long journey, this one that takes decades, we can go and watch their videos, and those are guys that have made it. And we can look at that and say, yes, this is where I will be someday. But, like I said, you can't get there without being patient and, what do they call it? Paying your dues. You can't do it without paying your dues. But, many people don't have the patience to wait this long, to wait decades for that point to happen. I think that's why a lot of people invest in things like, we see a lot of instances, especially on social media, of these, I guess, overnight successes of sorts. We can think of people like, we can think of people who jumps out. The Dogecoin millionaire is one that jumps out in my head. Just took a big risk. It really worked out. And we see that and want that instant overnight riches, overnight $3.2 million, whatever it was. But for most of us, it's just not going to happen that way. Most of us don't hit the lottery. And so we have to do it over a long period of time. And dividend investing in that way is like planting a tree, right? In fact, I think it's the closest thing you can get to having an actual money tree. But once you plant the seed, it just doesn't sprout the next day and start raining money. In fact, many types of trees can take a number of years to mature and start bearing fruit, and that's certainly the case with a dividend stock portfolio. You look at this here, you don't just go from being a seed to raining money the next day. There are stages to it. You got a little sprout there, then you got a few more leaves popping up, and finally you're building some roots and it gets a little bit bigger. And that's just like starting from zero, your portfolio from zero, and then getting your first $10 a month in dividend income. And soon that $10 will turn into $50 a month. Soon that $50 will turn into, hopefully sooner than later, $500 a month, and then $1,000, and so on and so forth. You have to take it step by step, just like a tree that's growing. And eventually it will bear fruit and it will start raining dividends, as they say. But it takes patience to get to that point. It takes a lot of time. And this kind of leads me to the third and final. I don't know what we'd call it. This one's a little bit more general. I don't know if it's a lesson. I think it kind of is, actually. This one is let me go forward. Financial prudence and perspective. There's no sentence, there's no quote attached to this. Dividend investing teaches you financial prudence, and it gives you, I think, a little bit different perspective on life. And at least so far, this has been the case for me. Actually, in my case, sorry guys, I'm like trying to push buttons and go from screen to screen. I get a little bit jumbled. But in my case, before I started investing, I really didn't do much budgeting. I really didn't pay too close of attention to my finances. I had a pretty good gauge. Like I wasn't spending more than I was making, but I didn't really know, where the money going out, how much it was going towards, or the money that was going out, I didn't really know where it was going. I just kind of eyeballed it. But once I got into this stuff, and actually, let me take a step back. Doing it that way made it a lot harder to save. It made it a lot harder to save and stack money. But once I got into this stuff, once I got deeper into investing and started learning how to read financial statements and better understanding, I guess, capital allocation with these companies and how they do it, it made me start to think of money in a different way. I started to see, I guess, free cash flow. Once you kind of understand free cash flow and how important it is for a business, you can kind of carry that same approach of managing your finances into your personal life. And so getting deeper into this stuff, it made me want to do that on a personal level. In fact, if you've read Rich Dad, Poor Dad, this will look pretty familiar to you guys because they talk about this a lot in Rich Dad, Poor Dad. This is the income statement from the book, but once you start investing and start understanding how it works on a professional or a professional level, you kind of want to carry that over into your personal life, and you can make your own personal income statement, your own personal balance sheet. The same rules apply, really. And so that became very cool. Once that started happening, for me, it became very easy to start saving more money. And the thing is, too, and many of you guys know this, once you get into dividend investing and you start getting those dividends, it becomes very addicting, right? All you want to do is get more and more and figure out ways to save more so you can invest more. And you want to invest more because the light bulb starts to go on. You start to realize, at least this is how it worked for me, if I just keep doing this, if I can do more of this, I should say, I'm seeing the light at the end of the tunnel here. It's only going to help me get there quicker, because once the light bulb starts to go on, it becomes a race. It really does become a race to financial freedom. And so developing your financial prudence will help you save money. Being able to save more money is going to help you invest more money. But while all this is going on, I think it changes your perspective a little bit, and it makes you think about the things that are really important. And when you start to think about those things, let me think about this. How do I want to word this? Sorry, guys. When you think about those things that are really important, you're okay going without less stuff, I should say. You're a little bit more aware of where you're spending your money, and you're kind of, I think, what's it called? Opportunity cost. You're kind of weighing the opportunity cost of going to In-N-Out Burger or, getting one more margarita. You're kind of weighing that opportunity cost against, but like if I'm in this situation once a week where I feel like spending $20 at In-N-Out, which is easy for me to do, by the way, guys, and 52 times a year, even if it's half, once every 2 weeks, that's 26 times a year times $20, that's hundreds of dollars almost. What is that? That's over $500 just right there that I could be investing. And I do that over 10 years, that's $5,000 invested, geez. So, you start to think about things like that, and it becomes more important to you, I think. And not to say you should live like a hermit, but it starts to put things in perspective to you, put things into perspective for you, and reaching financial freedom and being able to achieve that freedom, because that's what it is. That's what we're really all working towards. That becomes more important than a lot of the other things you can spend your money on. And that's not to say you shouldn't have balance, because I do think balance is important. You should go have fun and do things, but inherently things just, without even you realizing it, I think you kind of evolve in a sense, and don't put as much weight or have as much interest in some of the material things. So, and I think that's a really important lesson for a lot of people to learn, because so many people get, I don't want to say behind, but it's harder for them to get more ahead if they're constantly consuming or constantly trying to keep up with the Joneses. And just being able to take that one thing away can really help you invest and help you reach financial freedom sooner than later. And I think that's, at least for us, I think that's a really important thing to understand. But anyway, enough of the deep philosophical talk, guys. I want to put it back on you real quick, excuse me, and ask you, what life lessons have you learned from investing? Those are just the 3 that I've taken away. Discipline, the understanding that success with this stuff is the culmination, or the compounding, as we probably would rather say, the compounding of small habits that are built and executed consistently over a long period of time. And then patience, the willingness to endure the discipline day in, day out, year in and year out for a number of years, with the faith that out on the other side of that is something better than where we're at today. And then also financial prudence, financial, I guess, better management of your own money, and also the shift from wanting is, stuff or things, not wanting that as much as you do financial freedom or more passive income, which kind of adding to that one more thing, as time goes on and the greater that this dividend snowball gets for me, and it's still not very big. I'm coming up on a couple $100 a month, but that's still crazy to think about without having to lift a finger every month. And even just those couple $100, I can kind of feel a little bit of weight coming off my shoulders a little bit, So it's a really cool feeling. But anyway, I want to see what you guys have to say on the subject. And because I bet you guys have some really good nuggets too that I didn't mention. I bet there's, and I know I missed a lot of comments here. I probably won't scroll up too far to check them out. So if you guys had a question or something or whatever, just put it again in the live chat if you wouldn't mind. Let's see. Amadou says, you think buying stocks becomes an addiction? No, not necessarily buying stocks, but I think I think it can become pretty exciting and pretty addicting when you see your passive income begin to grow, and it starts to become something that that unfolds you even more than it did before. Because, like I said, things start to click, and you feel yourself getting closer and closer to that finish line. The finish line being financial freedom. And so you just want to do more and more of that, because then at that point, it becomes, once this stuff sinks its teeth into you, it becomes a race to reach financial freedom. So in that sense, I think it's addicting. But no, I don't literally get withdrawals from not buying stocks. Anthony here says, this is a good one. You think more about tomorrow than you do about today. Yeah, and it's tough. That's a tough line to walk too, because tomorrow's never guaranteed. And there's different schools of thought on this, obviously. Tomorrow's not guaranteed, but at the same time, if you're always living just for today, then an X number of tomorrows down the road, you're going to be in the same spot that you were today, or for all the previous days. Luis here. So my lesson so far: patience, discipline, and accountability. October 2023 will be my 2-year anniversary investing, though. Yep. Eli, this is a great point too. Great things take time. Yes, very true. Anything worthwhile, anything worth having doesn't come easy, and it doesn't come quick. So, yeah. And that's why a lot of people don't want to do this. They opt for other styles of investing that may come with more risk, but could potentially yield more reward. But I know, I would imagine since we're all here, we all think more or less the same way. I just don't, that doesn't interest me. I'm okay. I think I'm okay leaving a bit of potential returns on the table to let this grow passively and to bring in more cash flow and do it this way, I guess, overall. Let's see. Matthew says, MPW taught us all not to chase yield. Yeah. High yielding stocks, that's a whole nother animal. I'm actually going to be talking about that more in my video coming out this Sunday, which is going to be a really fun video. I hope you guys check it out. But, high yield's not always bad. You kind of got to look under the hood and see what's going on. But, yeah, MPW, KRC's kind of been the same way for me. I think KRC is still a great company, and we won't even get into it. But it's definitely like sinking like a rock. And, yeah, it's definitely, oh, gosh. My man Russ says, remember, the stock market shouldn't be used to get rich quick, but to preserve and grow wealth. Absolutely. Yep. Jack here says, routine, developing good habits like investing every week and working out a few times a week. Health habits improve your life in multiple ways. Yeah, and it's those small habits. Like I said, you can apply that to anything, whether it's working out, whether it's investing, whether it's learning Spanish. It's open up Duolingo for 10 minutes a day, and you do that over a period of time, and you'll become more and more fluent with Spanish. So Rex here says, for me, it has helped set goals. Yeah, absolutely. If you set financial goals, you can kind of reverse engineer and figure out how you're going to execute those, and that might motivate you to want to get a promotion at work, or I don't know, start a side hustle or those sort of things. So I think only positive things can come from that. So Dominique says, I learned that I should have educated myself more at a much earlier age, but it's never too late. And I think that's a great message. And you're not alone, Dominique. I know there's a handful of people who watch these videos who, well, pretty much everyone says they wish they would have started sooner. I'm 29 and I'm still saying that. Jack Murphy here is still in his teens, and I bet he'd still say that. I bet he wish he started at 10 years old instead of 15 whenever you started, Jack. It's never too late, though, like you said, so you're doing great. Let's see. Kevin says it's better to invest than borrow money for a car. You pay twice as much to buy the car and make at least half again more, to invest, Wing addiction, patience, and consistency, yep. Those seem to be the two biggest takeaways, right, is patience, being able to do something for a long period of time, knowing that it's going to pay off. And that's where the discipline comes from. You don't have the patience if you don't have the faith, and you don't have the discipline if you don't have the patience. So it all kind of ties together. So, wow, this is crazy. So Billy says, spend less than you make and save the rest. I'm $350 away from $100,000 a year in dividend income. That is crazy, Billy. Good for you, my friend. Don, this is probably the comment of the night. With great discipline and patience comes great dividends. Yeah. Well, I think I found my next tattoo idea. So love it. Let's keep going. Yeah, Jonathan, even if you lose money, you learn how money works, for sure. Let's see. Yeah, RM3 says, I'm also big on monthly budgeting. Spare income goes into investments. Yeah. Yeah, and let me expand on that a little bit more. I said it a few minutes ago, but I'm not saying don't buy things you enjoy or don't do things you enjoy, but certainly make some room in your monthly budget for investing. And then I think anything outside of that, as long as you have that number and you're sticking to that number, that's anything else outside of that is fair game to me. And then I think that's a good way to look at it too. Anything additional that you don't spend in addition to your investments, you can just use that to invest more. So let's see here. Dan here says, dang, I'm late. Let's go. Well, Dan, you're just on time, man. You didn't miss much. Just my normal gibberish. Nothing crazy. So let's keep going here. Let's see. Yeah, Kevin here says passive income puts us in a position to help others who need help. Absolutely. Yeah. You know, with the time that we have that we're able to buy back from having passive income, it just it allows you to do so much more good if you want to. And it allocate more time to whatever worthy cause you want. Let's see. Let's keep going. Joel says, first time watching this live. Thank you for your content. Man, thank you for the support. I'm happy to see you here in the Dividend Happy Hour. We do this every week starting at 5 p.m. Pacific time. So anytime you want to join, anytime you've got a freed up Friday night, this is the place to be. So let's see here. Jack said, I should have started in 2008 when I was 3. What was I thinking letting all those deals in the real estate and stock market pass? Yeah, I know, Jack. You know, you snooze, you lose, my friend. Anthony says, I've been in the market for a car for a year now, but since finding your channel, I've been investing that car payment and scrapping purchasing a car. That's great, Anthony. You know, kind of on that similar note, since I moved to Vegas back in September, I really haven't found myself driving a lot. Obviously, I work from home. I do this, make these videos, and the only place that I really drive to is the gym. And 95% of the time, my fiance and I will go together. So there's like not often have I found myself in need of having a car. And my lease, my car lease was up about a month ago, actually, almost a month on Sunday. And I just turned it in. And right now we're just rocking with one car. And I got to tell you guys, I've not thought about it once. That's like an extra between the payment and insurance. That's like an extra $400 I'm saving just on not having a car that I didn't need. And at some point, I'm sure I'll get a car again. But for now, it's been really nice just to save money. So, and it's that's one of those things that's been here. How do I say this? It's kind of been a weird thing to think about. When I stop and think about it, it's kind of a weird feeling because since I turned 16, I'd never not had a car. And it's kind of almost like a cell phone these days. It seems like a car is just one of those things you need to have. But like I said, in the last month, I've not thought about it once. It's only been a month, so that could change. But yeah, I don't know. I think it was a really good move, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So let's keep going. Yeah, Mr. Zack Attack. Honestly, I would just say patience. I never have had a lot, and I had patience tatted on my hand, incorporated with my sleeve. Okay, to remind me every day. Thanks to dividend investing, it's helped. Yeah. Man, that's great. That's really cool. I love that. Let's see. You know what you could do? I don't know if your knuckles are freed up. DIVIDEND. Or option 2, CASHFLOW. What do you think? That'd be pretty tough either way. But I think you should do it. Oh, man. Let's see here. Oh, Anthony, that's great, man. Actually, I'm glad I started investing in dividends in my 30s. During my 20s, I bought 3 rentals and now investing even more. That's great, man. I love that. Love that. I've been looking for another real estate deal. Kind of crunched some numbers on a few fix and flip stuff. We'll see what happens with it, but yeah, I think I'm kind of the opposite. I started really doing more dividend stuff first, and have kind of tried to get more into I don't know. I'm trying to do both, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. I think it's good to do. I like being able to do both. Matt says, hey guys, first time making it to the live stream. Well, Matt, here's to you, my friend. I'm glad to see you in here. And once again, we do this every Friday night, 5 p.m. Pacific time. And then immediately after, once again, guys, as soon as this live stream ends, we are jumping over to the Patreon for the Dividend Happy Hour after party. And by that point, I should be done with this Coca-Cola, and I will be cracking open a Cutwater. Yes, that's right. You guys heard it here first. I will be cracking open a margarita tonight for the after party. So That's not something you're going to want to miss. There's also a link in the description for the Patreon as well. Let's see here. So Kevin says, if you have to pick one monthly dividend company to set a recurring investment, what would you go with? That's tough. I mean, if I had to pick one monthly, which, by the way, before I even answer, whether it pays monthly, whether it pays quarterly, it all kind of works out to be the same. I mean, $3 every quarter is going to be the same thing as $1 every month. The numbers still add up the same over a long period of time. It doesn't make a big difference for your portfolio, like a very negligible difference, actually. So I'll answer the question, but just don't get too hung up on monthly dividends. Don't feel like you need to fill your portfolio just with monthly dividends. But if I had to pick one, it'd probably be Realty Income. And I'm sure that's what everyone's going to say. It's such a cliche answer, but it is a really good company. I also really do like Main Street Capital Corporation, but I would, if I'm going to buy a monthly company, it would probably be Realty Income first. So, and it's for this exact reason, like Russ said. And I feel this way about both of them. The one that you'd be okay owning if the stock market were to close for 10 years. I'd probably feel more comfortable with Realty Income, actually. Adon said, yeah, don't forget driving to Chipotle. Yeah, you're right, man. You are right. Let's see. Jark says, I knew someone was going to say this as soon as I brought up the car thing. Take that lease and insurance payment and invest it into your account. Since are used to paying it, use the same amount for investing. So for now, I'm not. For now, I'm actually just saving cash. I want to build up some more cash in my account. I don't know, just for a little more security, just some rainy day money, just in case I want to dump it in stocks. I have a really good thing going with my contributions right now, and I just want to save some cash for the time being. My lady and I are planning on buying a home sometime later this year, so it would be helpful to have some more cash on hand just for anything that can come as a result of that. So let's see here. And Jay says, yes, 200 watching. Everyone hit that like button. Yes, guys, please do. Hit that thumbs up if you're enjoying this live stream. I sure am. This is a fun one tonight. Oh, Caleb, man, congratulations. Hit one of my goals of $100 a month of income from dividends. That's good for you, man. $100 is huge. You know, like I was saying earlier, I'm getting close to 200. I'm probably about 175 to 180 right now. And you're obviously not going to retire off that amount of money, but man, three figures, $100, $180, little bit of weight starting to come off your shoulders. $100 can pay your utility bill. It can pay your car insurance. It can probably pay your phone bill. There's some real life stuff that you can pay with that $100 a month if you needed to. So good for you. Let's see. Let's keep going. Let's see. Sorry, guys, I'm catching up here. I'm like really not far behind in the comments at all. Like a minute maybe. That's unusual for me. Let's see. Yeah, Shamir says Peanuts caviar bill is skyrocketing, so Ryan stashing cash for that. Yeah, man, he is. Oh my goodness, that cat is going to put me in an early grave, I'll tell you what. I'm just kidding. Jark, good emergency fund is great too. Yeah, you know, I'm already investing a decent amount, especially with YouTube. Just to be completely transparent, there's so much ebbs and flows with YouTube, both in terms of views every month and income every month. Fortunately, for the most part, my income's kind of going up and up from it. But still, just to be safe, like there's not as much job security with this as if I had a 9-to-5 or something more stable, right? So for that reason, also, I want to stack some more cash just to have an emergency fund or bigger emergency fund. Jonathan, buy an apartment building, not a house. Okay, I agree, but I'm buying a house first. Easier said than done. Goodness. Caleb, before investing, pay off debt first. Don't have any debt, which is good. So let's see. Alyssa here says, happy streaming. I hope to hit 200 on my own streams one day. Well, hey, Alyssa, let us know when you do your live streams. We'll I'll jump in there at least. We'll jump in there and get you to 200. And, just keep doing it. The more you do it, if you build it, they will come, I suppose. I'm still building mine. But I really do enjoy this. I would say probably more than scripting a video, more than editing, more than most things as it pertains to YouTube, I really enjoy these live streams. It's so much fun doing this. So much fun doing this. Anthony says, did you learn about dividends on your own? Did your parents teach you about it? So, yeah, dividends. So kind of a background, I guess, on my how I got into investing. So fortunately, my parents are pretty big into investing, and so I was exposed to it from a decently young age. I would say maybe 12 or 13. They made custodian accounts or custodial accounts for my brothers and I, or for all my siblings. And, it was from that point on, it became kind of a running joke in the family because being that young, obviously, you don't really care about this stuff. Most teenagers do not care about investing at all. And so, from that point on, every birthday, every Christmas, every Arbor Day, whenever there was a gift that needed to be given, we'd get money for Charles Schwab to invest. And, being that young, it's just like, okay, great. Thanks, Dad. Really appreciate that. And don't know what I'm going to do with these stock things, but okay. And like I said, it became a running joke in the family where my dad would say, you're gonna be happy that you have this someday. You're gonna thank me that, or you're gonna thank us that we did this for you because it's a really important thing. And someday you will figure that out. And it really didn't hit me till I was about 26. Really didn't hit me till I was about 26 years old, this whole investing stuff. And I don't remember exactly what it was. I don't remember exactly what it was that really got me to think, hey, I should start doing this more. I think I really started investing like October, really for myself. In maybe like October 2019 or so. It's like later 2019, so a few months before the pandemic started. And that happened in March 2020 happened. I don't remember what made me turn to YouTube to learn more about this stuff or what made me want to get deeper and deeper into it, but somehow I stumbled on dividend investing. I think I probably just searched dividend stocks, right? And I found Andre Jick. I found The Dream Green Show. I found JJ Buckner. I found Bruce Wang, who doesn't make videos anymore, but I really loved his channel. So I found these guys who talked about dividend investing, PPCE, and how could I forget PPC? I found Russ. I found all these channels, Gen X. Gosh, a lot of these guys, all of them I pretty much still watch today. And so I found these guys, and that's kind of what got me to really start being a dividend investor. And then I started my channel, I think. No, I didn't start March 2019. I'd probably started March 2019 because I started my channel. I started making these videos in October of 2019. So I probably started investing 6 months or so before that. Built up a portfolio on Robinhood, but I didn't know at all what I was doing. I was just buying random stocks. Some of them dividends, like I had Coca-Cola. I had Bank of America. I probably should have held on to that. I had some dividend stocks, but then I had other things like CRISPR Therapeutics, which I heard Joe Rogan talking about a handful of years ago and thought, I should probably buy this, see what happens. It actually ended up working out really well. I made when I sold it, I think I was up close to 300% on that, which was it was pure luck, I'll be honest. But anyway, that's kind of how I got into investing. I definitely have my parents to thank for that, for starting me so young. And I will be the first to admit they were right. Like at some point when I was however old, 25, 26, I was really happy that I had some sort of foundation, some sort of little portfolio started that I could build off. And that's the portfolio that I still invest in today on Charles Schwab that you guys see in all my videos. So yeah, that's kind of how it worked. And then it's been about dividends and investing. It's just kind of been, a self-education process from there, little by little. And that's kind of the cool thing, the fun thing about this. It's something that Kevin was kind of talking about this last week, actually, on our live stream. there's always something new to learn. You are a lifelong student, and that's certainly true. So much to learn with this stuff. But I really enjoy it. Really enjoy it. Let's see here. Okay, so Matt, I'm 22 right now. Man, good for you starting investing so young. Started investing earlier this year after watching some of the videos and doing some research. Almost hit my goal of a $10,000 portfolio. Dude, that's great. That's great progress. And just, you started at the beginning of this year. We're not even 5 full months in and you're already at 10,000. Good for you, man. That's incredible. You're going to pass me up in no time. So, let's keep going. Wilmer, do I have an IRA account? Yes, I have a Roth IRA on Charles Schwab that I invest into every week. And I will say, kind of talking about, saving money on the car thing, when I do decide to put more of that into investing, the first thing I'm going to do is max out the Roth. In fact, pretty soon, maybe next month or in July, I'll probably increase my contributions in the Roth. I can afford an extra, I'm doing $50 a week. I could easily afford an extra 20, probably $25 a week. So I'll probably do that. So, okay, this is a good question. What's your view on investing? Okay, before investing, pay off debt. I disagree. I think it depends. I really think it depends on how much debt. If it's something like credit card debt, and if you're thousands of dollars in credit card debt, I would say just pay that down. Just get that done. But with that said, if you're like, no, well, I still want to start investing, okay, pay off the debt as much as you can, please. But then if you really have that itch that you need to scratch, you can start investing with $5 a week. I think even if you're trying to pay off debt, you can afford to dollar cost average $5 a month or $5 a week, into a new portfolio. And then you can increase it from there once the debt's paid down, but at least that'll help scratch that itch. You can start getting some skin in the game. I really think there's a way to do both, but I do really think it's important to pay off debt and keep debt down, specifically credit card debt. First, I've kind of talked more about paying off mortgages a little bit more lately on this channel. That's something that my lady and I, when we do buy a house, we would like to do that and pay off our mortgage as quick as we can, because that'll really help double down on investing, whether it's more into stocks or even more into real estate, start building out more of a rental portfolio. So it just depends. I really think it just depends on the individual, but like I said, Jonathan, if it's credit card debt and you've got a lot of it, just get that stuff down. You'll feel a lot better. Let's see. Okay, this is actually a good question. Could you reiterate choice? Timing the market or time in the market? So both. Time in the market for sure is important. I also think timing the market is something that shouldn't be overlooked. If you're dollar cost averaging into ETFs, I think that's a different story. But I think we can all agree that if you're buying individual stocks, there are some we can look at where it's not the right time to buy them, and you should probably wait for more attractive valuation. So I think timing the market in that context makes sense, but time in the market is also important. I buy stocks every single week, but what I buy every week depends on what's looking good right now. So we kind of talked about Johnson & Johnson earlier. Johnson & Johnson's definitely come down. For me, I can lower my average price per share with Johnson & Johnson. So I might want to add to that one over something like Starbucks, which for me has really run up. So it's not the right time to buy Starbucks. There will be other times where you can buy Starbucks, but while you're waiting for that, buy some other things. Does that make sense? Dominique is out of here. You're doing great, Ryan. Hope you reach 50K subscribers soon. Have a great weekend. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I really hope I do too. It's cool to see this channel continuing to grow day by day, and really makes me feel fortunate that I'm able to do this and hang out with you guys and connect with you guys over this super niche thing here in our little pocket of the internet. So, Ooh, okay. So how have life experiences, ring, wedding, house, whatever, impacted or influenced your investing strategy? You know, I don't know. I wouldn't say it's impacted my or influenced my investing strategy. Um, for the ring, I had cash set aside for that, so I really feel good holding cash, and I'm okay leaving some money not invested so I can build a bigger cash position. Others don't feel that way, but yeah, I don't know that those life experiences have influenced my investing strategy. I think in the wedding thing, well, actually, let me say this. In investing has influenced how I think about those things. I'm going to flip the question. So, from being more into investing and really being into this personal finance thing, um, with the ring was good. Ring, I had a budget. With that, that's how you should do it. This is my budget, and then try and stay within that budget. For me, I found a really great jeweler. I'm actually going to give him a quick shout out here. I got his card right here. My man, he's never going to see this, but Rich at DNR Diamonds, DNR House of Diamonds here in Las Vegas. I got to plug him because I had a great experience working with him, and he helped me stay well within my budget, and we got just a beautiful ring. Sometime I'll show you guys. Wedding, and my fiance and I are on the same exact page with this. We do not want so many. I mean, you want a traditional wedding, you're looking at 30 grand, 40 grand, $50,000, no problem. And so we're like, we do not want to do that. We would rather either save that money. Well, yeah, we would rather not spend that money on a wedding and put that more towards just other things, buying a house, or maybe have a little bit nicer of a honeymoon, or even just saving that for other stuff. Just basically not spending that money on a wedding. So being more practical with our personal finances and having those sort of financial goals is helping us be more practical with these big life things, with like a wedding, house, etc. When it comes to the house, we're looking for our first home that we're going to be buying. And so, but with that, we understand this is just our first home. It's not one that we're going to be staying in forever. This is just kind of to get the ball rolling, build some equity, and hopefully we can leverage this opportunity, our first home, if we can pay down the mortgage, pay it off completely, keep it as a rental, and then go buy our second home and maybe potentially rinse and repeat that process. I don't know. So I would say that investing has impacted how we think about those sort of things. But fortunately, my lady and I are on the same exact page with all of that stuff. And I have learned that's, and you'll hear that other people say this too. Sorry, guys. It must be really windy outside because it's like rattling big time, my window. But you'll hear other people say too that that's a pretty important thing. So hopefully that answers your question. Vito Blue, I'm 43 years old. Can I transfer my stocks to my son in the future? Yeah, you can. I don't know if I'll get this quite right, but I think you can name him as a beneficiary. Well, if you have a will, you could just will it to him. If you have a trust, you could name him a beneficiary in the trust, or you could put that in a trust, excuse me. Or if you could name a beneficiary on your taxable brokerage account, and if something happens to you, it will go to whoever your beneficiary is. So yeah, you could do that. So, Mr. Zack Attack, just want to say thank you for all you do, doing the live stream. Oh, knock it off, Zack Attack. Come on, you don't need to do that. Doing the YouTube live streams, taking time out of your day to respond to people in the comments, just being what does that say? The greatest person on earth. I think I'm reading that right. God bless you, man. No, man, you don't have to thank me. I do it because I love it, and I'm really happy that you guys find some enjoyment out of it and get some benefit out of it. It really keeps me going. So, and I'm looking forward to, like I said, doing this every week. This is something I look forward to every single week. So, where would we be without the Dividend Happy Hour? Let's see here. Oh yeah, this is a good question. Would you consider trying to do an interview with Graham Stefan? You're both in Vegas. I absolutely would. I don't see why he'd be interested in doing that with me, but yeah, if the opportunity ever came up, I would absolutely love to do that. Graham, if for some odd reason you're watching, shoot me a message on Instagram or leave a comment here in the live chat or in the comments below if you're watching the replay. I'd love to set that up. But yeah, if the opportunity ever arose, I would certainly jump on that. Let's see here. El Dynamico just hit my first goal of $25 a month in dividends. I know I'm about 10 minutes behind. Good for you, man. That's awesome, man. $25 a month could take you to In-N-Out Burger, which, by the way, I saw someone said earlier in the live stream they have In-N-Out in Nevada. Yes, they do. There's quite a few In-N-Outs here in Las Vegas. There's one actually right around the corner from me, which is dangerous. But yeah, so just hit my first goal of $25 a month. Dude, you could take yourself to In-N-Out once a month. You could hit Starbucks probably once a week if you wanted to with that for the rest of your life. That's a really cool thing to know. I think I'm at a point now where I'm like $550, $560 a day in dividends. It's like, man, if I really wanted to every day, that could pay for Starbucks and a croissant, my coffee and a chocolate croissant every single day. It's just, and it's those like small things that can, I don't know, that really excite me. Let's keep going here. Yeah, Franklin, my son is 24, and instead of birthday gifts and Christmas gifts, I had him open a Fidelity account, and I buy him stocks. Man, that's great. And Franklin, I'd be curious to know, at 24, is he interested in that? Does he get excited about that stuff yet, or is he kind of like how I was when I was a kid? It's like I just not into it. Let's see here. Yeah, Anthony. All right, everyone. I have to do a coffee giveaway to a lucky winner on my Instagram. Yeah, guys, Anthony has his own coffee company. It's a really cool thing that he's doing. I won't get this quite right, but I think a certain percentage of the proceeds go towards healthcare workers in his area, something like that, like 25%. I don't know if I'll get it quite right, but it's really cool what he's doing, so you guys should check it out. And just so you guys know, too, we've got a couple minutes left here in this live stream. Then we are jumping over to the after party right here, guys, patreon.com/retirewithryan, or you can click the link in the description. And we're doing that every single week as well. So immediately following the dividend happy hour, we jump over to do the after party. And we'll go for another 45 minutes to an hour or so right there. There was one time, I don't think it was last week. No, not last week. Maybe it was last week. It was either last week or 2 weeks ago. I think we went for like 2 hours. Right? Maybe an hour yeah, it was about 2 hours on the after party. We went forever. Let's see here. So, yeah, you guys are talking about a $50,000 wedding. Yeah, it's crazy. Crazy, to me at least. Let's see here, guys. Okay, what do you think about CVR Partners? Is it good to go for long-time dividends? I mean, like around 5 years? I've never looked into that. Let me see if, just real quick, let me just take a look and see what this is. So CVR Partners. UAN right here. I've never heard of this company, but we'll take a look. First off, what's it do? Maybe an MLP. Okay, no, it's not. Together with its subsidiaries, production and sale of nitrogen fertilizer. Okay, so a fertilizer company. That's cool. Big agricultural stuff in the materials sector. Based in Sugar Land, Texas. Okay, looks like, let's take a look at the dividends real quick. I'm immediately just saying no. Come on. 38%? Come on, man. Come on, man. I'm saying no, but let's just take a look at the, before I go look at the financials real quick, let's look at the history. So 0 years of consistent payments, 0 years of growth. That dividend's extremely spotty. It's extremely unreliable. No stability. At a glance, there might be more. There's probably more to the. Let me rephrase this. Back up, Ryan. There's certainly more to the company than what I'm looking at here. Like I said, I really don't know what they do. I don't know anything about this company. I'm barely looking at their financials, but dividend stats alone, just, I don't know. I'm saying yield trap. I am saying yield trap, certified yield trap. So let's see here. Let's see. Okay, we'll make this the last question right here. Then we're going to jump over to the after party. And once again, too, guys, like we can keep the Q&A going. Like a lot of the after party is just more Q&A. So this is a bittersweet problem. It's both good and bad. It's been tough getting to every single question here in the dividend happy hour. So with that said, I apologize if I ever miss your guys' questions. And it's a lot easier to get them answered over there just because the group's not as big. So RM3 Trades, do you currently have any stocks you may sell in the near term? No, not really. And I've kind of been stuck between consolidating my portfolio, wanting to consolidate my portfolio, and actually being fine with my number of holdings and slowly expanding it. When it comes to cash flow and when it comes to dividends, I kind of like having payments coming in. As I'm kind of getting deeper and deeper into this and I'm doing this more, I kind of like the idea and feel a bit better having the amount of companies that I do, 2022, and having cash flow coming in from these different sources just to protect the overall portfolio income and to not be overly reliant on one particular company or too overexposed rather. But then again, on the other hand, I look at portfolios like Joseph Carlson. I was watching his earlier video today. And he's got I think 9 or 10 different companies in his portfolio, all seemingly great companies. And I look at that and how he does it, and I think that's really cool too. It would also be really cool to take bigger stakes in less companies, but I don't know. I just don't know that I'm quite at that level yet. I think I'd feel more comfortable doing that with some more experience in this stuff. So anyway. To answer your question, I don't have any stocks that I'm planning to sell in the near term. Yeah, I don't really have any that I'm planning to sell. I've kind of chewed on the idea of selling out, and I think out loud all the time in my portfolio. Thought about selling out of Verizon or thought about selling out of... I'm actually... Ooh, thunder. Big thunder outside, guys. Anyway, long story short, no. I don't plan on selling any stocks soon. I'm actually probably going to be adding Williams-Sonoma sometime here pretty soon, but I'll keep you guys posted on that. And on that note, I think this is a pretty good place to wrap it up. Thank you guys all so much for tuning in with me for the last hour for another Dividend Happy Hour. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I really like talking about some of the more, I don't want to call it philosophical, but some of the psychological aspects to investing, the discipline, the patience, those sort of things. And I think there's some really great skill sets that can come. Sorry, I'm seeing a comment. So it's no for long-term dividends. Yeah, it's a no for me, dog. What was the stock again? CVR Partners. Yeah, I personally am saying no, but I spent 3 minutes on the company. So yeah, don't avoid it just because I said so. Don't buy anything just because I said so either. But anyway, guys, thank you so much once again for tuning in. I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me this last hour. Once again, I'm jumping over to the after party right now. I'm going to go grab a margarita and come sit back down and immediately start that. So I hope to see you guys over there. In case I don't, I will see you on Sunday for Sunday's video. It's going to be a really good one. It's going to be a really fun one, actually. So I hope you guys tune in to watch that. But once again, thank you all so much for hanging out with me, for all the support. Really means a lot. And you guys have a good weekend, and I'll see you in the next one.